Anchor text. Ali Goes to School by Nick Charles. Ali stood in the kitchen as his family ate breakfast. His mother pulled at his shirt as he turned and twisted. His father read the newspaper. He looked over the top of it at Ali. "Well, here's a fine young man going to a fine new school." Yusuf and Nada looked at Ali. "Are you worried?" said Nada. "No, I'm not worried. I just want to go to school," Ali replied. Ali's father put down the newspaper and turned in his chair. "Now, son, remember this. When you speak to your teachers in your new school, use correct words." His father paused and looked out the window. For example, you don't have to say that a bird flew. They all looked out the window. A bird flew high in the sky. You can say that it soared. "Okay, Dad," Ali said. "Can I soar up on a chair and have some breakfast?" Yusuf was drawing circles carefully on a piece of paper. "Look, Ali," he said. Yusuf showed Ali 2 circles. One circle was divided into 2 parts, with one side shaded. The other was divided into 4 parts, with 2 parts shaded. "This first circle has 1/2 shaded," Yusuf explained, "and the second circle has 2/4 shaded. But look, 2/4 is the same amount as 1/2. Isn't that cool?" "No," said Ali coolly. Nada was eating some bread and honey. "Hey, Ali," she said, "the biggest mammal in the world is the blue whale. It can be 30 meters long. That's as long as a basketball court." Ali looked at his sister. "Nada, I'm a big boy now. At my new school, I don't think we will be learning about whales. We'll be learning about lots of really important things." "Okay," said Nada cheerfully. "But did you know that the blue whale can weigh as much as 8 airplanes?" "Look, everyone," Ali announced. "I know you are all trying to help me, but I am going to a new school now, and I am going to learn new things, and I have to do it myself." His mother stopped as she was taking a bowl from the table. His father looked up from his newspaper. Even Yusuf stopped drawing on his paper. "Okay, Ali," his father stated. "But remember, we are all here if you need any help, so don't be worried." "I'm not worried," Ali explained. "I'm just fine." When Ali arrived at his new school, he did get a bit worried. There were boys everywhere, and some were very big. The boys knew each other and talked about the summer. No one spoke to Ali. When a bell rang, the boys went into the gym and sat in chairs on the basketball court. Mr. Lennon, the principal, stood at a microphone. "It has been a glorious summer," said Mr. Lennon loudly. "But now, boys, you must put yourself in a position of learning." He was so happy with his words, he repeated them. "If you put yourself in a position of learning, you will learn." The principal looked out at all of the boys. "You certainly look like a smart bunch," he stated. "I wonder how many of you know what the largest mammal on Earth is?" Mr. Lennon waited for a response. "Does anyone here know?" Ali glanced around him. The other boys looked as worried as he was. Then he slowly raised his hand. "Yes, young man," Mr. Lennon shouted, pointing directly at Ali. The boys around Ali turned and stared at him. Ali spoke. "Please, sir, the largest mammal is the blue whale. It is as long as this basketball court and as heavy as 8 airplanes." The principal smiled and nodded. "Well, well, very good, young man. It seems you have put yourself in a position to learn." The boy next to Ali had his mouth open in wonder. "Who are you, Mr. Brainbox?" the boy asked. "I am Ali." Ali's teacher was Mr. Rodriguez. "In my class, boys, your learning won't just fly. It will... What word am I looking for, boys?" No one answered. Ali swallowed, and then he spoke up. "It will soar, sir?" Mr. Rodriguez smiled broadly. "Exactly! Your learning will soar. What is your name, young man?" "I am Ali, sir." "And tell me, Ali, how did you get so clever?" "I have a smart family," Ali replied. "Ah, yes," nodded Mr. Rodriguez. "How wonderful to have been born into a position of learning." After lunch, Mr. Rodriguez was comparing fractions. 1/2 and 2/4. "Tell me, boys, are these fractions different or are they the same?" He turned to a boy near the front of the class. "What do you think, Donald?" Donald blinked quickly. "They look different to me, sir." Mr. Rodriguez looked around the room. "Well, you clever boys, do you all agree?" Ali raised his hand. "Please, sir, may I go to the board?" Ali drew 2 circles, as his brother Yusuf had shown him. Then he turned to the class. "This circle has 1/2 shaded, and this circle has 2/4 shaded. But you can see that 2/4 is the same amount as 1/2. Mr. Rodriguez was nodding quickly. "Very good, Ali, very good, and very well explained." The entire class clapped as Ali sat back down at his desk. He felt very proud of himself. As the class was smiling at him, he saw Donald get up from his desk and stroll over towards him. "Where are you going, Donald?" Mr. Rodriguez asked. Donald sat down at the desk next to Ali. "I am putting myself in a position of learning," he explained, pointing at Ali. The other boys laughed. Even Mr. Rodriguez laughed. After school, many boys came up to Ali and introduced themselves. A boy called Roberto invited Ali to his house on Saturday. Another boy, called Huang, explained that he was going to be a scientist when he got older. "Goodbye, Ali," two boys shouted as Ali strolled home. When Ali arrived home, his family was eager to hear about his new school. "Did you learn anything?" asked Nada. "Yes, I did," said Ali. "I learned that you have all helped me to learn so much." He looked around at his father, his mother, his brother, and his sister. "My family has put me in a position of learning." Ali's mother gave him a big hug. His father smiled. "So, you like your new school?" he asked. "I like my school," said Ali, "but I love my family."